from Old Stables Crafts, and this is the 5,000 subscriber video that I have been planning. It's a tour of my craft room now that I've had a bit of a reorganisation. So, let's see, where should we start? Let's start over here. I'm standing in the door that I come in. There is a door over here as well, so I don't have a huge amount of wall space, and you will get to understand that in a moment. So I'm right at the door that I come in through. If I swing around, I'll try not to make you too sick. So if we come out this way, that's our house and garden. And then if we come back this way, so I have got up here, there's just a hanging basket. There was a hook already in the ceiling, so I've just got a hanging pot thing where I've got all my silk flowers that I use for my photography, and then just a pin board with all sorts of bits on it. And then down here I have my light box, which has got things ready to be photographed on top. And then if I come round, there is my light box, which has got that was the Inspire Create Challenge project, which I posted yesterday my time and some days ago your time. A couple of days ago? Yesterday? I don't know. Anyway, so this is the door through to our garage. So this is at the back of the garage. And I discovered last year, when I really kind of moved everything round, that door is like standing next to an open fridge. Actually more like an open freezer. So someone suggested that ready for the winter I get a duvet and hang it. So I've got a shower rail, courtesy of IKEA. Most of this furniture and stuff comes from IKEA. So a shower rail with a duvet just pinned on. And I think it's quite fun that it's like an Aran jumper. Anyway, so this is my office, for want of a better word. So I don't sit. You've probably heard me say that I stand all day. So this is my office space. So it's just a laptop desk with the laptops with the stand is not quite right. I need to get a piece of wood or something. So I've just got an old cutting mat there at the moment. Then I've got my Dymo printer here and boxes of all sorts of bits and pieces, like my PayPal reader and stuff. So that's laptop land, so that's where I write all my blog posts and stuff. My glasses always live there, so I know where they are, and my phone generally lives there. My Alexa, without whom I would... Oh, she's going to come on.
Income is a track on rocking.
Alexa, pause. So yes, I can't live without her now. And this is one of those pin boards from IKEA, where you can hang things, and I just have everything that I need to have in front of me there. So this is where I tend to put projects that I need to blog about. So I'll have them there so that I remember how I made them. And a couple of posters up there. So got good vibes only, and I would like to paint the way a bird sings. And then I've got paperwork ready for On Stage, going to On Stage in Florida. Then an Alex unit, one of these tall Alex units. I need to get some more labels done. I've got some old stuff in there. That's sort of some retired stuff, new blades, extra bits and pieces, a general sort of chuck drawer. This was re-inkers, but isn't anymore. It was re-inkers, sponges, new ink pads, etc. But it's now, there's some re-inkers, but there's spritzers, the pastes, some spare ink pads at the back, sponges, ink spots, that sort of thing. This is spare cutting plates. These are mostly boxes and those sort of things, some retired enamel shapes. Some spare light bulbs, organisation, that's some old stuff. All my punches sit in here. Sometimes they're in order. Glue shop, and that's just some old stuff I need to find a home for. So, sorry if I'm making you feel sick. I'm going to ignore what's on top of these units. These are Gallant units, they're office units. So I've got lots of scrapbooks. My passion is scrapbooking, so that's lots of scrapbooks. Then this is sort of paperwork, memories and more, my stamparatus, various stuff that I need to put away, basically. But yeah, we'll go along here and then we'll go into the cupboards. So 1 or 2 stamps. I know it's embarrassing. I was very lucky when the catalogue rolled over at the beginning of July, anyway, this annual catalogue, because the vast majority of my stamp sets stayed in the catalogue. So I have got an embarrassing number of stamps. Hey-ho. Blends, that's an old kit. Need to pop that in my retired drawer. What's that? Oh, some other retired memories and more. Re-inkers, so we've got neutrals, regals, bright, subtles, in colours, more scrapbooky stuff, various reference books and things. This cupboard I'm not going to open. It's basically got my sewing machine and candles and laminators and it's sort of stuff, really. This one, let's open this up. This one's reasonably well organised. So we've got embossing powders and glitter, some rubbing alcohol for spritzing, 2 sets of Many Marvellous markers, and in the back there is the birthday present to you guys. If you watched the video this morning and saw my blog post, which I'll link to the video below, I'll link in the description bar below here, I'm giving away a set of Many Marvellous markers to one lucky UK purchaser. So that's in the back there, and then I've got various boxes. Most of these are actually empty. I need to fill them. It's one of those things, I had a massive reorganisation, and mostly my problem was I had the wrong boxes, so they didn't fit well in the cupboard. And by getting the right boxes, I'm getting more stuff in. So this box is waiting to be finished, but it's the box is full of swaps for an event with Brian King, so I'm very excited about that. Then we've got dies, although most of the dies I'm now putting, if there's a stamp set that they go with, I'm now putting them with the stamp set. So is there one that I can get that's easy? Has that got it in? Yes. So if I open one-handed floral frames, I've got the dies actually in with the stamp, and it's got a count of the number of dies and the number and stuff. It just means that when I pull it, I've got the dies that go with. Then down here, I've got completed cards. I've got a few I need to put away. Stamp cases, flyers that I've got, order forms, etc. The 2 punch tins, so Christmas and the one from the annual catalogue. Notebooks, all sorts of notebooks that I need to, well, they're just spares. More flyers, gifts, Ziploc bags, which I use for my craft boxes. This is some retired card that I'm just using up. So this one's not quite so organised, as you can see. So I need to organise this lot. So I've got kits here, some of which are open and some are for gifting or selling. Project ideas. I think this one's empty. No, it's full of sponges for some reason. Team packs and reward cards. Empty. Memories and more. These are non-standard envelopes, that sort of thing. Memories and more cards, that sort of thing. Personal cards, spare ribbon, seasonal catalogues. Lots of tins. Some of them are current, some of them aren't. Some cards that I've just had for years. Cling film, don't ask me why. This I use at Team Stuff, so it's, again, inspirational stuff to craft or not craft. What a silly question. And when you're in a dark place, you sometimes tend to think you've been buried. Perhaps you've been planted. Bloom. So, yes. Oh, and this is a project that I may actually manage to get finished for Christmas. So, let's see. A chair for a visitor. My trolley, which I use for classes. This was a project I did earlier in the summer. The view of our fruit and veg garden. My big shot station, which I love. My heat gun, which hangs off the edge of my desk. Drawer unit there, which has got lots of extension leads mostly, but it's got lots of stuff, really. more stuff in the corner. Heater, because it does get quite cold in here. Couple of crates where one of the cats can sleep. This I love. Oh, I love it. So in here, I have all my card. I used to have my card on my Calyx unit, and we'll come to that in a minute. The problem is that I have a lot of light coming into this room because I've got Velux windows in the ceiling. And in the summer, my card would fade. The edges of the card would fade. So putting it here, A, it's nearer, and B, it doesn't fade because it's in a drawer. So I've got all the colours in families. And what I do, I'll actually show you from a bottom drawer because I've just reloaded that, so it's quite tight. So down here I've got in colours and stuff. So what I do is I have these plastic wallets which have a few sheets in, but they've got all the pieces, and I've got them all labelled, so all I have to do if I need a colour, if I need a scrap, I just pull it out, and I've either got some loose full sheets or the scraps. And then I keep the remainder of the packet in its plastic, so that I've got a few spares. And I've got all the foils, so once I've cut the foils, they go in here as well. And then a few spares at the back. So that's that. And here I've got my trimmer, press and seal, which is becoming a great friend. Grid paper, catalogue, stamping scrub, an old industrial size trimmer there, although we'll come back to that. This is rubbish, really, apart from my Simply Scored, which I've got the ordinary and the metric plate. In here are envelope punch boards and an old bag that I've got. Then we'll come on to that. We'll go back over here. So this is where I film. This is to try and get the best light because up there above our heads is a Velux window. So hopefully this gets me reasonable light. And I just have this piece of grid paper here so that I know that if whatever I do is on the grid paper, you will be able to see it. Dimensionals, because you may remember that I keep using dimensionals, so I've got a phone holder for my dimensionals. Don't know why those are out, but anyway. Wet wipes just in case, a couple of spare lamps, punches which are mostly to keep the bottom of this down because once the camera's up it can be a bit tippy. Rubbish corner. And this is where I keep all my card bases. So these are all the half sheets of A4 ready to go. My random bow. My shimmer paints in the box that I made for shimmer paints. Put the lid back on there in a minute. All my gems and stuff. This is my Stampin' Scrub. I must get a new one because I want to cut one up for my Stamparatus. Rubbish tins. Blue is recyclable, pink is not. Tag bases, that was for an event I was running. And these are the mats that I have ready to go. And they're sort of in colour family. I need to give these a bit of a refresh. It's getting a bit thin. And then I've got my embossing buddy, spare clips for this rail. I've had this ribbon dispenser for years. It cost me a small fortune and I love it. So I wouldn't be without it, apart from the fact I've got too many ribbons. Retired washi tape, this one's not, but everything else is the retired washi tape, just on book hooks, book rings, adhesive, more adhesive. These are my swatch books. So these are what I send out to my team, but I keep them for myself as well. Various tools, scraps of ribbon. Oh, this was something from my upline, a very important pinky. More scraps of ribbon. I don't actually drink the wine. It's there for projects, honest. These were the best thing I ever got. They are, I would know where they're from. I got them from TK Maxx. They're fridge, no, they're not fridge. They're for just general storage, but these are for coffee. So if you've got like coffee filters and then sugars and stuff, but they're perfect for just little bits and they're great for my blocks. And then aqua markers and spritzers and stuff like that, and then a sponge behind. My 1/8 hole punch just hangs there. That's supposed to be for scissors, but it works. I've got a space up here. I need to put something else up there. But this again is just inspirational stuff and one or two sunflowers. Can't think why. Then we've got a magnetic board, which I've got my incentive tracker up there. Some stuff from head office. These are magnetic. Unfortunately, they don't do them anymore. I'm really annoyed by that because these were great because they're super for embellishments. And then various clips. Need to do some expenses, apparently. Twines. This is a towel rail. I think it's a towel rail. Again, it's IKEA. So, yes, linen thread, baker's twine, metallic, my screen cleaner, pig, retired twines, few embellishments. My now getting quite squashed ink storage. This is autumn-winter ribbon. I must sort these out because I've got new in-colour ink pads, so I need to sort all those out. Again, various rubbishy stuff, phone, etc., etc. My planner, without which I would be lost. My absolute industrial trimmer. This is when I'm doing paper shares and things. We'll go down for the moment. This is where my printer is. Again, this is IKEA. They don't do this anymore, but it's amazing. So my printer's there, and it's all tucked away, and I've got all my postage stuff down there. So I've got my polythene bag envelopes down there, and labels, and spare, I don't know what that is actually, spare business cards, that sort of thing. And this is invaluable. This is my Royal Mail sizing guide, so I know what's large letter and what's not. If it goes through there, it's not large letter. If it goes through there, it is. And if it doesn't go through there, it's a parcel. So that's that. Spare big shot. Just a few sunflowers. Oh, and twinkles. But yes, I had great fun printing those out, and then this was just a blank end, so I just got some posters. Spare big shot because when I run classes and events, sometimes having a second one is useful. Then designer series paper, and for the Joyous Noel glimmer paper. It's not actually with the Joyous Noel, of course, but this is all designer series paper, apart from that's retired envelope paper. And here I've got 12 by 12 Whisper White and 12 by 12 Very Vanilla. But otherwise it's designer series paper. 6 by 6 in here. Note cards. More note cards. Oh, inspiration-y stuff. More inspiration-y stuff. More inspiration-y stuff. More inspiration-y stuff. Some retired stuff that I need to gift. More retired stuff I need to gift. Oh, and this is IKEA instruction booklets. But this is my pride and joy, really. So this is lots of Kalux units, and I love it. So I started with one 4x2, and now I've got two of those, a 4x4 and a 4x2, two 4x2s, one 2x2 and one 1x2. So I've got up the top stuff for knitting, because I do a lot of knitting. Wire binding, various magazine things, so Stamping Success, old catalogues, some A4 cards bases that I had, and matching envelopes and tissue paper for wrapping stuff, general retired stuff, a stamp that my lovely husband bought me one year, so that I could do stuff for village fetes and what have you from the kitchen of. My mouse, because every house should have a mouse. We have far too many because we have 3 cats and they bring them in. Little spirit level, don't ask me why. Just bits of fun. So I've got tissue box, I've got my how do you spell love, you don't spell it, you feel it, and then crafting each day creeps the crazy away. And at the back, my old Stables Crafts notice board, just a jar of lights, some teddy bears, various bits. This was a gift from a Scottish demo who very kindly gave me that. 12 by 12 everything, so retired including black, because we don't have 12 by 12 black anymore, boo, retired glimmer, window sheets foiled, etc, etc. This is all basically spare at the moment. I need to put these bits away, but this is all basically spare. Sponges and daubers in my lovely new boxes. envelopes, Whisper White and very vanilla. I have far too much of that. This is all stuff for gifting and the like. So raffled prizes and stuff. Retired. What's in there? Oh, stuff. Come back up. Various non-Stampin' Up! Envelopes and card bases and some mini albums, more mini albums, empty boxes and general stuff. Oh yes, just empty boxes, so camera boxes and stuff. Christmas decorations, cotton bags and table covers for just various events that I do. This is my retired ink pads. This is padded envelopes mostly, and apparently some gloves. Cellophane bags, stuff, the day job, which will be finishing soon, yay! Oh, for heaven's sake, didn't know that was there. Lots and lots of, what's it called, that grey board. Empty drawer, and, oh, these are the, some chocolate apparently, safe from me. These are my sunflower reward cards. So these are for customers who shop with me. I run a reward program. I run a reward program for both my customers and my team. So my team get rewards if they hit various milestones or sales, stuff like that. So yes, what more can I show you? Oh yes, I've got various bits up here. So I've got my certificates up here. Some inspirational stuff from my upline, various flowers that I actually use at craft shows, that sort of thing, obviously sunflowers, twinkle lights, those are powered twinkle lights, and then these are solar twinkle lights because that's one of my Veluxes, and that little black thing in the corner there, just there, is the power, oh, it's the solar panel. So yes, that is my little craft room. So it's not huge, but it's obviously I'm a lot more fortunate than many. So yeah, I just thought now that I have my 5,000 subscribers, well, quite a lot over that now. Thank you very much for subscribing. I thought I would just give you a little tour. I should say, you're wondering where there's heat. There isn't just that one heater in the corner there. I have underfloor heating. It's part of the reason I have that very small carpet there. I quite often will work without my shoes on because if the heating's on, it's actually warmer to have my feet off. My shoes off. Ooh, I know what I was going to show you. So my bins. I know it's an odd thing to show you, but you may remember that I showed you the little bins I have on my desk. I have similar bins here. So pink is for rubbish and blue is for recycling. So yeah. So that's my little haven. Oh, and I'm going to show you this because this was quite cute. My husband gave me this a couple of Christmases ago, so I can hang it on the door. Do not disturb filming in progress, because he kept walking in when I was filming and I would embarrass him by saying, oh, my husband's come in. So there we go. Thank you very much indeed for joining me again today. I'm having my birthday today, so obviously I shot this in advance. And I hope to see you again very soon. As you may remember, I will be away next week. From Saturday afternoon, I've got On Stage. So I will have lots of excitement for you while I'm away. And I will hope to post some stuff on my Facebook business page while I'm away as well, of my time in Orlando. Because I'm going to the event in Orlando, which is going to be amazing. I get to go to Epcot with some of the other leaders. So, yeah, can't wait. Cannot wait. Apart from the fact I have a huge amount to do before I go. So, on that note, don't forget that if you're in the UK and you shop with me in November, you will get a chance to win a set of Many Marvellous markers. And that's the set that's in the catalogue, £112.75 retail. You could get it just for shopping with me. For every £30 you spend in November, you get an entry, and you have to use the host code, which will be in the description bar below here and all over my website. If you don't use the host code, you will not be entered into the raffle or the draw. And obviously I will need to be able to contact you, so don't click the no contact, because otherwise I won't be able to contact you to let you know if you've won. So yes, thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.